Hello, it's Tony Parry here, calling or speaking to you from. Hello, it's Tony Parry from just south of Abingdon, Oxfordshire, in the good old UK. Speaking to you today about all-inclusive copier contracts. This is a contract that encapsulates the lease, the servicing, supplies, and everything in a nice, simple contract. Sounds great, doesn't it? Well, it's presented in this way because the benefits are actually very minimal for the customer, even though they're sold as being very attractive, and they seem to be very attractive. Here are some of the problems. First of all, the contract itself can be for 5 years, but of course what it also includes is not only the hardware, which you'd be liable for on a 5-year lease anyway, but it also includes 5 years worth of servicing. This is 5 years worth of colour copy charges at 4-5p a throw. You can end up being liable for many times the cost of the hardware for a 5-year contract. Say for example you want to walk away after 3 years. With a conventional lease you'd have to pay the 2 years balance on the lease. With one of these contracts you'd have to pay all the future service contracts as well as a penalty to the supplier. Not a good idea. Many of the clients we've spoken to have got embroiled in this sort of contract, and it's rolled on perhaps for a few generations of machines, and they've got some big liabilities. And it's only when they get fed up with the supplier they realise how bad the deal is. Sometimes with these particular agreements, the contract states that it's parts inclusive. So it's a 5-year deal, parts are inclusive. But some contracts have a clause that says after 3 years parts stop being supplied. So just when the machines start reaching a certain age, when they start to need parts, the supplier stops supplying them free, and you now have to pay for drums, rollers, pickup rollers, essentially anything the machine needs as a consumable part. You now have to pay extra. This can be very expensive. You know, a drum could be 200 quid. Rollers, £50, £100 for a set of rollers, you know, and you've got to pay for the engineer time to actually to fit them. So some of these contracts are just horrible. But of course, what happens is the supplier comes in, they upgrade you to a new contract, a new 5-year contract, and you're off and running again. And you haven't really solved the problem. All you've done is you've pushed it forward to some future date. Annual increases. Now conventionally with a lease is a fixed contract normally. So you don't pay any, there's no difference between this year and next year on a lease. You pay the same per quarter. Service charges tend to go up by a small amount each year. With these all-inclusive contracts, everything goes up. The whole thing goes up. Every year by maybe 10%. So we've seen 15% as an annual increase. That's on the cost of the hardware and the service. This can become horrendously expensive. Unless you're on the ball, you won't spot this. Look, these are just a few of the things that we help our customers to avoid. We help our clients to avoid. If you speak to us first, engage with us, we'll give you an appraisal of whether we think you ought to use us or not. We'll tell you what our terms are. Frankly, look, if we can't save you money, if we can't improve things for you and save you an awful lot of heartache, our service is free. If you don't agree, we can do that for you. We don't charge you anything. We'll only ever charge you what we can save you, and we'll only ever charge you a small percentage, just 25% of what we can save you. So give us a buzz. Procurement analysts, the address is below this video. My name's Tony. My number is 07879 875 208, and you're welcome to give me a buzz anytime, and I'll have a chat to you and see if perhaps we can help you to avoid a minor catastrophe. Nice to speak to you. Thanks for your patience, thanks for listening, and catch you again soon. Bye for now.